Welcome back to Au Pair and Host Mom Unfiltered. Welcome. We are
Oh,
super excited for today because we have a guest on
woohoo! Oh no,
the
my voice.
podcast. It's
Hi.
fine. Okay,
I'm so excited too.
this is Hilma. If you guys don't already know her, if you are on TikTok and you are from Sweden, you have
Hmm.
probably seen her videos. Yeah, most likely.
Oh, yeah,
We're
I'm
so
so excited
excited.
to be here. Yeah.
Thank you for making time out of your, I know, busy schedule because you are an au
Yeah,
pair.
I'm honored. I told you.
So we want to kind of give our listeners just kind of the basics on who you are, your
Hmm.
name, age, how many host kids you have, how long you've been an au pair, like all
Yeah.
that. That's a lot.
So, my name is Hilma. I just turned 20 like this Friday. So, yeah, it's just that's why my voice is a little messy because it's been my birthday weekend. But yeah. And I live in Florida in Miami and I look after four kids and they're 2, 5, 7, and 9. So, they're like in their little crazy
Wow.
ages, but they're so much fun and they I have a really nice bond with them, so we make it work.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great. Four
Yeah.
kids.
Four kids.
That's
It's a lot.
amazing.
Yeah,
Okay, and you're
it is.
from, where are you from in Sweden again?
So I'm from the south in Sweden, like it's called Helsingborg.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like I think it's not like one of Sweden's smallest cities. It's like the fifth biggest, I think.
Yeah,
But yeah, I was pretty bored of it. So yeah, I
I
was
get
like, I
that.
need to move to a big city. So that's why came here.
I think it's so funny because we live like an hour away from each other in Sweden.
I know we live so close back in Sweden. It's crazy.
That is very sweet. I feel like there's been a
Yeah.
good number of au pairs from southern Sweden that Yes. you've met. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Do you have some in Miami?
Yeah, I do. I have one other friend and that I'm close with that's also an au pair. And then I have one friend, they're all Swedish, like one friend who works here, and then I have another friend who goes to college here, but she also been an au pair before. So yeah, right now we're like two who works as au pairs. But she's not really from, they're not, one of them are like from south of Sweden, but yeah. So
Oh,
that's like we have a little group of girls here. So that's really nice.
that's so That's nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Do you know where Asa is?
What?
Asa? That's a town.
Oh,
Just go on.
yeah, I do. That's a small little like I don't even
It
know.
was it was voted for the most boring town in Sweden one
Yeah,
year.
but that's like a place we make fun of when we're talking about like boring
Yeah.
places. Like, yeah, that's bad.
I have a friend from that yeah, an au pair from friend, there, right? That lives in Atlanta.
Oh my God, seriously, that must be a
Yeah.
big change to go from that little small place to
To
like,
Atlanta. Yeah. I
yeah,
can't imagine that. This is funny.
that's crazy. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so so you said you've met friends that your friends are mostly Swedish. Have
Hmm.
you made American friends or from other countries that are au pairs?
No, not really. Like I was hanging out with like the girls, at orientation course, but then it just like I don't know, it just came more naturally to me because I was like seeing Swedish girls on my For You page and people were writing to me like, "Oh, I live here too." So then like the Swedish girls have just been like the ones I've been hanging out with, and then one of my friend is she has a couple American friends, so we have been hanging out with them, but that's like mostly guys. But I don't actually have like any American girlfriends. I just have my Swedes. I don't know like why it has ended up being
It's
like that, but yeah, right now I just have Swedish friends here.
it's really hard to make
Yeah.
American friends, not those found.
I think so too, because there's like
Yeah.
so much like differences and like
Mhm.
I don't know, cultural differences and also like just yeah, what you like to do and like how you're as a person and I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah.
I also think it's like I kind of find support, like emotional support from my Swedes here.
Yeah.
Like you just, I don't know. I agree with you on that. That is like it's just easier to connect with Swedes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. And it just like makes you feel more at home since you're like in a
Yeah.
country that's like new to you and everything. Everything is like so new. But then if you just have your Swedish friends, it's just like I don't know, it's just easier in some way.
So
I
we are
totally agree.
interviewing Erin Paris for next year because she's a loser and isn't going to stay another year. And so the
Yeah.
one of the girls we're interviewing, she said that the au pair agency she's with was like, you shouldn't be looking for friends from your same nationality. You should be getting to know people from all over the world. And I was like, are
What?
you kidding me? And that is terrible
Oh my
advice. Like,
God.
you're gonna
Yeah.
need people who understand like your home culture and you can relate to.
Yeah.
And you're in a foreign country that is completely
Yeah,
different than what you're
definitely.
normal to. It's not a problem
Yeah,
to get to know people from other countries, but like
no,
I think it's
of
so
course not.
important to have people that are from Sweden if you're Swedish here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. Like, but I also remember like orientation course, they were like, yeah, and talk to someone that's not like from the same country as you. Like, why does that make any sense? Like, you want me to talk
Yeah.
English? I'm gonna talk English for a year straight. Like, I don't
Yeah.
have to do it this exact second. But yeah,
No,
I kind of
I
understand
disagree
like
with that
if they
completely.
want us to like experience and get the whole like cultural experience and like I don't know, but you can get that anyways, and you get it from the family and like
Exactly. You're here to get an
yeah,
American cultural experience. Otherwise, you would have picked another
exactly.
country.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's I don't know because they have like these little meetups with like in the like au pair group with like the girls, all the girls that goes with au pair in America, and you have one too, I guess, with like culture
Yes.
care. And but I never been to any of the meetings. I don't know why, but yeah, they
Nath's only
I don't
been
know.
to one, to be fair.
Yeah,
I was.
yeah, because
And you're
I don't know
like,
if
I was like, you have
did
to
you
go to
like
this.
it?
I'm gonna get in trouble.
Okay, so we
Yeah,
were, it
because
was
they're
me.
chasing us.
Yeah.
No, mine's not, to be fair.
No,
Is
she's
yours
so
not?
chill.
Okay, okay, that's
Our
good.
LCC is super chill.
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
that's nice.
the one time I went, we were ice skating. It was
Mm.
me and two
Oh, but
other
that's
people.
fun.
But we were
Oh,
three people.
Hmm.
okay, you thought it was like an opportunity to like socialize and make friends, and
Yeah.
then it's like two other people.
I mean, they were nice, but like,
But
we were not many people.
No.
no,
So,
but also that's the thing I really think of like when you're making friends, if someone writes to you on like TikTok or Instagram or something, you get a really good like image of what the person's like from their socials. It's
yes.
just so much easier to like kind of sort out like who you're spending your time on. Because if you're just meeting a random group of people, you have to talk to everyone, you have to like get to know everyone, and I don't know, it's just harder. And especially if you're just like meeting for like 2 hours or something, and there's a lot of people, or if yeah, it's, there's just two, then you're risking not to liking any of them. But yeah.
Yeah.
So I think just
That's
social
so,
meher is just like a very good opportunity. It's like it's just the easiest, I think.
yeah.
Agree.
I think that's so funny that you say that because I've had other people, listen, know this, because I've had some people that like is in like the same area, and you can see very fast, I think, on someone's like
Yeah,
Instagram if you're gonna like vibe together or
Yeah.
not.
I know. And that's
And
kind of
like,
controversial to say, but it's so true.
No,
yeah,
okay, so
but
like
it
every
is.
time she's gonna go, like she's on like Bumble Friends to see if like she can
Yeah,
make friends there,
exactly. Yeah.
and like and then also like some other au pairs that are in our pod, I guess. And I'm like, let me see their social media because
Yeah.
I feel like you can tell if you're gonna be friends with somebody
Yeah, for
based on
sure.
like what do they like, what do they do, like you're gonna know
Oh
pretty
yeah.
Hmm.
fast.
But at the
That's so
same
true.
time, it's like you feel very
Judgmental.
judgy for
I
but
know.
like I
What to
once
do?
I like once had a girl and I was like, I told you, I was like, she's not sweet. And I was like, don't really look like, I don't think we're gonna be like best friends. But I
No,
ended up meeting her either way. And I was right from the
Yeah,
beginning.
she was
Like
I
right.
it's
know.
me, but like,
It's like the feeling in your gut is always right about
Yeah,
people.
yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
So that's
I
fun.
don't know.
But I
Mm,
mean, it's good that you can check people because then
yeah,
you
it
don't have to
is.
spend
And
too
now you
much
know. Now you
time.
don't have to make the mistake again and
Yeah.
go on with someone you
Exactly.
don't feel like. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so you have a podcast in Swedish. So for all of our
Hmm.
Swedish listeners, can you tell people what that is? If
Yeah,
you
what
want
it's
to.
called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's called Alla våra pojkvänner, and that means like all of our boyfriends,
Yeah.
because we talk just like a lot about guys, and we're like crazy about guys. And the girl that's in a relationship, she talks about like her experience with like her relationship and stuff. So it's like a lot of guy related things, because I think like living here, a lot of guy related stuff happens.
Okay, so that's like my question is like, how is
Yeah.
dating going in America? Like, how have you found that?
So I think I just think it's fun to go on dates. I'm not like really that kind of person who gets nervous easily. I'm like, yeah, whatever. It's like, yeah. I just think stuff is like fun and meeting people is fun. So I I've been on one double date, and then I've been on one date with the same guy once again. And that was just like fun, but yeah. I don't know. It was nothing special. And then I have had some other dates planned, but yeah, they got canceled and I've canceled, like yeah, back and forth. But that was I don't know, it's kind of different from Sweden, I think, because the guys are it's not a question about like who's gonna pay. It's like the guy pays, the guys pick you up, the guy's inviting you, the guy's like doing all of those steps that you would like beg a Swedish guy to do.
Yeah.
So That's my experience, I think. But I
So
think
do you prefer it here than to Sweden?
I do, but I think overall the guys in Sweden is more attractive.
100%.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
yes.
because like guys here, either they think they're like the king of the world and they're like, I don't know, they're just like so,
Full of themselves.
yeah,
Mhm.
or they are like so they don't have any confidence at all and they're just like or they're just weird, I think. But in
That's
Sweden it's
so
like the guys are hotter, they're taller, they have kind of better personalities, but
weird.
if you find a good guy here, he could be a really good guy. And you cannot
Yeah,
find that good of a guy in Sweden, but overall in Sweden, the guys are better. I think that's like kind of a good way of describing it.
I think she nailed it.
I really agree. And also, I think like
Yeah,
it makes me feel a little better that you say
yeah.
that they're not too attractive. Because I've been thinking it's Gainesville and Georgia that's the
No, no,
problem.
no, 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 no. No.
And it makes me feel better that they're not that good looking in Miami either.
They're not like there is good looking guys, but they have like just not the vibe I'm looking for in a guy, I think. But
What are
what's
you
your
looking
like
for?
taste in guys? What are you like looking for?
Me?
Yeah. But what's your
Uh,
like what do you think is like a hot guy? So what do you
okay.
think it's missing
Most
there?
like I honestly like I don't really I'm trying to not be picky here. Like I'm getting less and less picky, but they're
Yeah.
still not meeting my standards. Like
No, I
I could
see.
they're like either they're like as tall as me and I'm very short.
I know.
I'm
Mm.
like 5'3".
Yeah,
Uh, and the, or they're just like they have a fish picture
I
like on
know.
their profile and that's like you're probably weird. Like
Yeah.
m- most
Their
likely.
dating profiles are just like, yeah,
Terrible.
that's yeah,
Or
They don't
they
know how
really
to
are.
take pictures. And so like,
no.
okay, so
They're just so cringy.
I listen to this other podcast and I'm like, okay, they said if you got, I'm like giving her dating advice, like I'm the pro. I mean, I'm barely married, but I'm like, if the guy's a 6 out of a 10, you need to at least like give him a chance because guys don't know how to take freaking photos. Like
That's
they
so true though.
and like girls, like we'll be like, oh my god, you look so pretty in that like phrase, and then like we'll take a picture of our friends.
Exactly, because we know what we're doing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but at the
Yeah.
same time, I don't like that advice because she was convincing me over a guy from like Hinge. She's like, well, he's at least a 6 out of 10. And I was like, he's not that attractive. Like, he's not. To be honest, should I say why I matched with him?
oh yeah, you should
Okay, I
totally say.
matched
Now
with
we don't
him
care about the guy.
because he was working at Delta Airlines. And I was like, awesome, free flights.
Perfect. Yeah, but that's what I do all the time as well. I was like, oh my God, this guy is like a movie producer. My dream is to become an actress. Okay, swipe.
Yeah.
It's like
But it's like, so she was like, you should go on a date with him. And she convinced me. She's like,
yeah.
he's not that bad. Like, he's a 6 out of 10 at least. And I was like,
Hmm. But she
oh.
give him a
And
chance.
ended up, he was not
No.
like, I asked him, I was like, because he asked for a date before. And I was like,
Yeah.
I said no then. So I was like, well, this Friday, like, I can take drinks with you or something, like, before I'm going to meet with friends.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, I can maybe give you an answer tomorrow, but I could be having an interview.
Good job interview. And we're
It's
like
like,
at
no, that's not how it
6 o'clock on
works.
a Friday
I did
night.
not respond.
No, that's
But
just
like
cap.
So we're like, okay, bye.
that's why I
Yeah,
don't want
for
to give
sure.
the like not attractive guys a chance because obviously they're not
No,
better
it's just
people.
waste. And it's
That's
also
so
the
mean,
little
but
uglier, yeah, but it's also the little uglier guys that think they're like everything,
Yeah,
that think
like the
they're like
shit.
perfect
Yeah.
and that they
Hmm.
can do like whatever they want. And it's just like, no, that's not how it works. Like a guy should
Hmm.
ask you like 3 days before, I think. And then he
oh
should be
yeah,
like, do you have plans? What do you want to do? What time works for
And like,
you? He shouldn't
oh
just be
yeah,
and
like,
take
no, maybe I have to
initiative.
cancel.
Yeah.
yeah. No, so we were like,
No.
I'm not responding, and obviously he didn't text. He probably got the memo that I didn't want to anymore. But
Yeah.
like, no, from now on, I'm just gonna go with a 10 out of 10. If I'm gonna
Yeah.
be
I
heartbroken, I
think
might
that
as
sounds
well
good.
be
He
heartbroken
might
in a
as well be
moment.
hot.
Yes,
Yeah, but
very true.
seriously, because then at least has one thing.
Yeah,
Like at least
Yeah.
he's hot. Yeah.
yeah. At least you can be like, oh, I really lost
Oh,
something.
Hey, in your early 20s, go for the hot guys. My
yeah, for
husband's
sure.
hot too, but like, you're good. You got
Yeah.
time. Just
Yeah,
just go
because
for the
like if
hot
he
guy.
breaks your heart, at least he's hot. Like imagine crying
Yeah,
over an ugly guy that's also think he's on top of the world. That would just like be the worst thing ever.
that is
That's
the
so
worst thing.
true.
I've done it
Yep.
before. Don't want to do
Yeah.
it again?
No.
No, you shouldn't.
Oh,
Okay.
that's so funny.
Should we continue?
Yeah, sorry, we got really on dating. It's a
Yeah,
hot topic
we
right
did.
now in our world. Okay,
Mhm,
so
same.
how is your relationship with your host family? Like, do you have a close familial relationship, or is it more of like a
Mhm.
work dynamic?
I
That
I
kind of thing.
do I really do think we have like a close. I would say that I'm close to them. Like
Yeah.
I can like hang out with them and I can like go to lunch with like me and just the mom went to lunch and like do stuff together with the kids and I can like tell them things about like my private life and all of that and they're very like non-judgmental. So I would say that we're really close. But of
That's
course I'm
so
like
good.
closer with the kids, but that makes sense because that's
Yeah,
like
you
Yeah.
spend the most time
the
with
people
them.
I hang out with all day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think we're close and I really like them a lot.
What does your typical schedule look like? Or does it change?
So, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I start at 8 till 12:30, and then I have a like 3 hour break. And then I work from 3:30 or like as today, 2:30 till 6:30. And then so in the morning is more like taking because I take one of the boys to school and then I usually take the other ones to like a park or something and then we go back have lunch and sometimes I prepare the lunch and I give them breakfast in the morning and then I have my break and then they usually have like activities so I drive them or we go by the train and then when we get back in the afternoon it's like almost dinner time and then I'm off so it's more of like since we're four there is a lot of places to take them to, and that's
Yeah.
also, like, why it's both me and the mom. Like, a lot of the days she takes one and I take, like, two, so we split up. And then Thursdays, I work at 11 to 6:30 and Fridays 8 to 2. And then I have,
Okay.
like, every other Sunday I work, evenings. But that's,
Okay.
like so it's pretty chill. So I have, like, almost all weekends off.
That's so nice.
That's good.
Yeah, so
We've
it's
talked
really
a lot
nice.
about like the split schedule and
Yeah.
whether or not like that's good. Do you like go see friends during that time? Do you like work out? Like what do you
No.
usually do?
Actually, no, like, I do now since I'm like so into making TikTok, that's like my
Oh
TikTok
yeah.
hours. It's like
Mm-hmm.
because it's like daylight out, so I can use the daylight. So usually I just make TikToks, or before I was so into making TikToks, I usually just went for walks and like FaceTimed my friends and family back in Sweden
Mm-hmm.
because it was like when they like was their day was over, they were like back
Uh-huh.
home from work and everything. So I usually just talked to them and like went out and worked out or just chill by the pool because we have like a pool in our apartment building. So that was like the things I usually did. But yeah, now I'm really like focused on my
Content
TikTok.
time. That makes
That's
Yep.
great.
sense.
Yeah, I call it content time when I write like my daily planner is like TikTok time in my notes app.
That's
Yeah.
that's how you do it. I
Yeah.
mean, you have to be really focused. We have like a TikTok calendar of like what our
Yeah.
content we're trying
Yeah,
to
me
plan
too.
out.
Yeah. Or
Because
just because otherwise you won't post stuff because you would
no,
like just
exactly.
be
Like, wait,
I
what do
need
we
to have like
post?
at least 3 videos planned out. Like every night I go to bed, I have to be okay, tomorrow filming this.
So you do 3 a day? Is that typically what you
Yeah,
do?
I try to post 3
Okay.
and like 2 stories, but sometimes it ends up being 4. Today, I don't know if I will be able to make 3. I'll see, but I try to hold it like somewhere around 3.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
okay, so I'm very interested in this because obviously it's going very good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm looking at all the videos.
Okay,
It's
so
so
I
exciting.
try to look at your
Oh,
videos.
yeah. I'm talking so fast. I know.
You talk so fast. And okay,
I
so
know.
that's like one of the questions we've had is like,
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
that your thing? Like, is that what people you think notice? Is
I
like
don't
what
know,
sets you
like
apart?
it wasn't really that it wasn't planned, but I
Yeah.
just like talking fast and like always back home, my mom needs to like, okay, Hilma, start over. And I was like, okay. Because
That's like
I talk very fast when I'm like excited and when I'm in a good mood, I just talk very fast. Like, so that could be a thing because I think a lot of people appreciate listen to because I always like speed up the videos when I look at videos on TikTok because I'm like it's so stressed. I'm like, okay,
Okay.
come like get to your point. And I think that's maybe why a lot of people like listening to me because I get to my point fast. I usually
Mm-hmm.
start with my point and then I have a backstory and then I keep telling. It's not like
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk about this.
Yeah.
It's like I start with like
Give a hook.
something interesting. Exactly.
Mhm.
So that might be the reason and that I'm talking fast. I think that might be the like main and that I'm like I don't have any filter on there.
Well,
Yeah.
that's good. We like
Yeah.
that.
It's like, yeah, it was like my mom gets stressed out about that. I'm like, okay, sometimes you just have to scroll maybe when I'm talking about stuff. And I told her she cannot listen to my podcast, and she's
Like,
agreed on that,
absolutely
both my
not.
parents.
Like
No, because
my
also I don't know if they would like to hear if we talk about like
No.
no.
sex or whatever. I don't know if they
Yeah.
would want to hear about that, and then it would be like, oh my God.
Probably
But
not.
yeah,
Like my
uh,
parents
I,
listen to mine, and they're like,
yeah,
sometimes like I forget what we talk about, and they're like, okay, so why didn't you tell us about this guy? And I was like, well,
exactly.
I'm sorry.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry, like I didn't
They
think
try to
about
show
it.
you guys everything. You're really
yeah,
close with your family, though.
Yeah, I am. But
yeah. Oh,
still,
yeah. It's not
so
like
that's
yeah, oh, sorry.
no, continue.
No, but it was just like, it's not like I could have told them, but I don't know if
Yeah,
they will be comfortable like listening to it. And then I'm like, okay, it's just for the best that I can tell you the parts that I think you would like to hear, and maybe my
Yeah.
like non-filtered like extreme podcast can be for like people my age. My sister
Yeah.
was so cute. She texted me like, "Is it fine if I listen?" I was like, "Yeah, that's okay. Thank
oh,
you for asking."
Oh,
that's
that
nice.
is sweet.
So
But
yeah, that was
I
cute.
think you're right with the thing about talking fast. So I think real
Mm,
people appreciate getting to the point because it's like
yeah,
you get bored. Like people have so small, is it called
Attention span. Yeah.
attention span? Like they're like,
yeah.
otherwise you're just
Nowadays,
gonna scroll because they're like, oh,
yeah,
don't know what. Like they need to know what it's about like fast right away.
exactly. Yeah.
I
But
think
that's
that's
also
very good.
one thing I really try to do. If I talk about something I think it's more important, then I try to talk slower because I want to be like more professional or like make it in a more like educational way. Like this
Mhm.
morning I posted this video of like things I wanna how I wanna like be like when I my kids like how I should what is it called?
Like how
Uppfostra.
you wanna
Raise your
raise,
kids.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, like how I want to raise my kids. And then I was trying to talk slower because I was like, okay, I don't want to sound like I don't take this serious because it's something I take serious. But when it's
Mhm.
just like my, hello, this is my makeup tip, I'm like speeding up
Yeah.
because it's
You're like,
like,
Yeah.
whatever.
yeah, yeah.
Well, that's great.
Okay,
So
so
yeah.
okay, going back to like the matching process of becoming an au
Mm-hmm.
pair. So because we're going through this again, I'm like,
Yeah.
she needs all the
how
tips
do
she can
I
get.
make myself look appealing when we live in Gainesville, Georgia? And
Oh
so,
yeah.
what were like the important things for you? Because it's different for every au pair. Like, what are the important things for
Yeah.
you in like looking for a family?
So I should be honest, like in the first place, I was like, I'm going to New York. Like period, I'm going to New York.
I feel like most
So
Swedish au pairs say that.
Yeah.
yeah,
She
exactly.
did.
So yeah, exactly. That's the thing. And I was like, I got this family, and I was like, I'll have a call, like I have a chat. And then when we like hung up the phone, I walked into my family and I was like, I'm gonna move to Miami now. And they were like, what? What? You changed your mind? You've been saying for like 5 years that you're gonna move to New York, like right after you
Wow.
graduate, and now you changed your mind like over 30 minutes. And I was like, yeah, because it was I think I don't know, like what I think you just get a gut feeling and you should just go for that. And if you're
Mhm.
very like, because that you seems like very loving and caring and like social and like easygoing and like everything. And I think that's the main things, especially for like, because you also seems like a very like social and like positive person. And
Yeah.
I think it's just about like matching energies.
Hmm.
And or are you asking more like what like on your
No, like
profile,
that
what
I
was
think
like
is
more
very
hooking?
important. That's really important. I
Yeah,
think it's important to note, and maybe this is just because I want au pairs to know this or future au
yeah,
pairs. Like, yes, location is important, but like you're gonna probably travel a lot while you're here. So
exactly.
it's
Yeah,
so much more important to find the right family
for
than
sure.
the right location. Because if you have a shitty family in New
Yeah,
York City, you're gonna be miserable in New York City, or you could be
I know.
happy somewhere else and then travel to
Exactly.
these places that you want to see. So I
Yeah,
don't know.
for
Would
sure.
you agree? Would you guys agree with that?
Yeah,
Yes.
100%. That was like also what I tell my followers now when they're like, if it was something that I didn't know, like when I applied, that I would have had as an advice now, it's like that the family is so much more important than you think. Because I was like,
Mm,
okay, but when I have my hours off, I'm gonna be in New York. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
but if you're gonna have a miserable family and you're living in New York, it's like it's not gonna be fun. Because
Yeah.
you're gonna work, you will work a lot. It's just how it is. So,
mhm.
and you will live with these people. is so much more important. And if you have a good family, the whole experience would just be more fun. And so yeah, I do think it's like so, so important. So like one thing I wanted to say to everyone that's like applying for families and it's like skipping families because of location is like take all the calls you can take. Because
Mm.
if you don't end up going with a family because it's a bad location, at least you like learn something from it and you know what you don't like. But I think take all the calls and just like you will know like in a couple seconds if you feel that this is right or not. That was me after like 10 seconds. I was like, yeah, perfect. All good.
That's awesome.
Also, I
Yeah.
mean, Miami is not a bad place.
No.
No, no. But I haven't really thought of Miami. Like I've been to Florida once, but I was like, I know Miami was a cool city, but I was like, okay, it's not like I'm obsessed with Miami, but now I am. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm in love with Miami.
That's
I
so
get
funny.
that.
You might go to
Yeah.
Miami in April, right? With
Yeah.
a friend.
that's the plan.
Oh, for like spring break?
Actually,
Is it during spring break? I don't know.
I don't know. It's either the spring break week or like the first 2 weeks sometime.
Yeah.
Of April. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
then I need to work because you guys are going to.
I know we're kind of making we don't usually make her work a lot of
No.
weekends, but we
No.
like things 2 weekends in a row, and I'm like,
Oh, okay.
so I'm like,
It's
you can go
fine.
whatever you want and wherever you want. You take your day.
Yeah,
So
I was
start
like,
early.
Yeah.
I told my friend that I was like,
She can't really say shit to me.
yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure she's gonna say yes because she feels bad that I'm working 2
Yeah.
weekends.
That's like the right time to ask for more days
Exactly.
off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you need to be smart. Okay, so
Yeah.
what else do we have to talk about?
Like what's the biggest misconception about being an au pair? Like what do you wish you knew before leaving Sweden, if anything?
I read that question and I was like, I don't think there is anything actually that I have figured out. Like,
So what you like went into it thinking it was going to be is what it was for you, pretty much.
yeah, kind of. But
That's
I think
good.
I'm like kind of I'm not a really hard person to please when it comes to like my living situation. I'm like very grateful for the smallest things. I'm like, oh
Mm.
my God, this is so real. Like I have my own bathroom, like I have a walk-in closet. I was like, this is perfect. And I like I think okay, maybe one thing that you will be like maybe it's because I have 4 kids, so I need to run around a lot, but you will be like more physical tired than you think you'd be.
Yeah.
I can be like, after I'm done, after a day, I can like lay in bed and be like, oh my goodness. And I look in my app and I have like 16,000 steps and I'm like, oh God. And I didn't even realize I was like running around like that. So that might be
Wow.
the only thing. But other than that, I don't think there is anything because I didn't really have any. Of course, I had expectations, but I mean, I was ready for everything. I was like, this is gonna be great, like whatever it ends up being like.
I
So
think
yeah.
that like something we talk a lot about is like avoiding rematch, not just for the host family, but for the au pair. And I think if you
Yeah.
go into it with your guys, both of you guys, it sounds like has a very similar mindset of like
Yeah.
Yeah.
low expectations. I think that's also maybe a lot of a Scandinavian thing. Like you have
Yeah.
very low expectations for things. So when things are positive, you're like, amazing.
Yeah.
But I think
Exactly.
it's so important to go into it with like being open. You're going to be in a new environment. And I, like you said, I love that you said that, like just being thankful for what you have because
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess we're on all the Facebook groups and we're trying to read as much as we can to give good content for
Yeah.
this podcast. And like I see so many au pairs just being so ungrateful. And
I
I'm
know.
like,
I know.
not and here's the thing is like you chose what you chose. Like you knew going into it 90% of what it was gonna be like. Like of course when you get
Exactly.
there, it's gonna be different. And
Yeah.
of course there are some really horrible host families. Like
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Lies.
There
horrid
will always
things.
be.
And people will
Yeah.
lie. But like I've just seen a lot of things where like on both sides, like host families being ungrateful for the au pair and not
Mm-hmm.
like appreciating them for what they give, and then au
Yeah.
pairs, same thing. So I
Yeah,
think it's really good
100%.
that you have that mindset of like, I'm just gonna
Mm.
be very thankful
Yeah.
for kind of what
Because
I
it's like
have.
you get to live here, you get to have like everything for free. Like it's
Yeah.
like you don't pay rent, you get like food for free, 3 meals a day, you have
Mm,
access to a car, like most people do. And
yeah.
it's like you would never be able to live like in the US by yourself when you're like our age and like don't
Without
have a
this.
cool job or like super rich. So
No
it's like
way.
if you want to live here, you should just be very thankful. And if you haven't like asked your questions right, that's like kind of too bad for you. Like you should have done your research.
That's true though. Like I also
Yeah.
feel like the things that you find the most important, you should make sure
Yeah.
that you have a clear answer on what's going
Yeah.
on.
Like if you really would like your own car, okay, then ask. if you're
Yeah.
gonna have like your own car or like whatever it is. Or some people who want to buy like their own food, they want to cook themselves like their own food. It's like you have to really, if that's very important for you, like I don't mind at all. I'm like, I will eat whatever they cook, like I don't mind. I'll, yeah. And so that's not important for me. Like I didn't even know what was important for me. It was like having a door that I can close.
Yeah.
No, but like
Yeah.
seriously, because I just wanted to go somewhere and yeah,
I mean, I think I was the
yeah.
same. I was like, and I went in with it like, okay, this is probably gonna be great. Like,
Hmm.
I really like you guys from what I knew.
Hmm.
Yeah,
But I was also like, worst case scenario,
Just
I'll go home. Like, I've lost some
exactly.
money, but like, it's not the
Whatever,
end
I
of the
just
world. Yeah, like
no.
then I'll go back home, find something fun to do, or
Yeah,
something else to do. But like,
yeah,
also,
100%.
you need to go in with the mindset that it's going to be good. I
Mhm.
don't think you
Hmm.
can go in with it and be like, I don't know if this is my thing. You just need to like,
You need
this
to
is
be
gonna be
so
good.
excited.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like I was so excited. It was, and I don't think like, I didn't see it as like, okay, I'm moving here for a year. I saw it as like, okay, I'm moving away from home. Now I'm moving away from home and I'm like gonna do
Mhm.
this like 100%. So I think that's also a good thing. I wasn't like, okay, this is just temporary. I was really like, okay, this is the kids I'm gonna take care of now. Like this is the kids I'm gonna love with my whole heart.
Mhm.
And like I think that's just important that you really, yeah, that you really like live in the moment and don't think like, okay, this is just temporary, like whatever.
Yeah.
I don't like
Are
this
you
and
gonna
that.
extend, do you think? Like, do you
Yeah, I will extend until May 2025. So I'll do like the
okay,
9 month.
9 month
Yeah,
extension?
yeah, because I want to have like one more summer at home, and also my brother is like gonna graduate from like upper secondary school and stuff, so I want to be home for that.
Oh
That's
So
yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
I think it's very smart to go home. Like, you can say whatever you want about Sweden, but
No,
Swedish summer
there's
is
nothing
it's
better.
is
nice.
so nice.
We're coming
It
for
is.
Midsummer this year, and my
Yeah.
husband's never been
Oh,
for
that would be so
Midsummer,
much fun.
and our kids,
Oh,
of course, haven't either. So
no,
we always want to go, but it's just expensive
yeah,
usually. And so this year
yeah,
we were like, we're doing it. And we like did a weird thing when we were there last time. We booked tickets from Sweden to America. So like we always know when we're
yeah.
going back. So like we always have a return ticket
Ah,
back. So like we know now we're
yeah,
going to be going back at Christmas already. So
Yeah.
it's nice
that's
because
so
like
nice.
my all my
Yeah,
family lives there. So it's like nice to know like,
yeah,
okay, I know when I'm going back next. Do you think you'll go
Yeah.
back at all while
yeah.
you're
It's just
living
easier.
here?
Yeah, I will be back in August, because the family lives in another European country too, or the dad, like family side of family lives, no, not in European, but they live like closer to Sweden.
Yeah.
So, they're going there for like Christmas um and like in summertime. So then I get to fly home to Sweden
Oh,
when they're
nice.
there, because then they have like other like their
Yeah.
grandmas and grandpas and stuff that
Yeah.
can help
That's
like
so
looking
nice.
after the kids. So that's what I'm gonna do, and then I'm also gonna like extend my visa when I'm back. So I think I'll be back for like 2 or 3 weeks or something, but that's in the end of summer. So I'll get some Swedish summer. So that's exciting, but
That's
not the
very nice.
midsummer. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm so
It'll
excited.
rain. Don't worry. Don't worry.
no,
Okay, it
that,
always
oh, I
rains.
think it will be like in New York for midsummer ducks though. So that would be fun.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
That's
like in
cool.
the Central Park. There are a lot of things going on around
Yeah,
for
they
Oh,
do.
they
Midsummer.
do.
Yeah,
I
That's so
think big
exciting.
cities do things like
yeah.
that.
I'm
Yeah,
in a New York group, and I know that they have like things going on for Midsummer. I
yeah.
don't know where,
Okay.
but somewhere there.
But I have something to look forward to.
Yeah. Oh, that's so
Yeah.
so exciting. Have you been traveling? Like, do you feel like the need to travel as much as maybe like
No,
other people do when you live
no, no,
in
no, no, no.
Miami?
That's the thing. Like my one of my friends were like asking me who lives in New York. She was like, "Oh, do you want to go here? Do you want to go to Mexico? Do you want to go to like all those places?" And I was like, "No, I don't feel the need to, because you could get like everything. I take the train literally like 7 minutes and I get to like all the skyscrapers. And then I go for like a 20-minute car ride and I get to the beach. I go like for a 10-minute walk and I get to like little cute houses with like cute colors. And I
Hmm.
just got everything's like so close. And here is like everything. It's like a big city, but it's a beach city. You could go to beach
Hmm.
clubs, you could go to restaurants, you can go to clubs. It's like something going on like every day.
Yeah.
So I don't feel the need to like sometimes I crave New York because I love New York, but
Yeah.
that's like the only. And then I booked a trip to LA today because I want to go and visit my friend, and I also want to experience the whole LA thing because that just seems like the
Yeah.
most crazy place ever. But
Yes.
I actually I don't because it's just like Miami has like everything.
I get that. I
But how do
really
you deal with it? Do you like feel like
Yeah.
you
How do you
want to go
deal with it
travel
living in
often?
Gainesville, Georgia?
Wow. So, okay, we've actually been on a lot of
Yeah, we
things
travel a lot though.
Like,
Like
Yeah.
just for fun.
within America. So
yeah.
we've been to
Mm-hmm.
South Carolina. Wait, I was in South Carolina yesterday.
Yeah.
So I was there for the weekend.
Yeah.
Not that it's great weather right now, but
Yeah.
No.
Still
it's
something to do.
and then
Yeah.
you also have family in
Hilton Head. So
Hilton
we've gone to
Head.
Hilton Head
Mm-hmm.
twice.
and that's been like nice.
Yeah, Hilton Head's so nice.
Yeah.
And then we went to 30A
Florida.
for a weekend, and then we did Nashville.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
did a lot back in the fall,
And now
and then we're going to Tampa tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or St.
So
Pete.
exciting.
Yeah,
Then you can get
Yeah.
some heat
I'm
because the
so
weather is so nice. Like you're gonna
it's gonna be
yeah,
like
it's insane.
what is it in Celsius? It's gonna be like
26.
yeah,
Mhm.
70,
Yeah, that's like what it is here
78.
now. It's
Yeah.
so
I'm so
it's so
excited.
We're like we're
so
so
nice.
white. We need the sun.
Oh yeah, I really
It's like
do.
the best. And also the sun is so strong. Like I went for a
It
walk
is.
yesterday in a sports bra and I had the ugliest burn ever on my shoulders. And I was out for like an hour and I usually never sunburn. Like I can tan for like hours without like using sunscreen, but it was so bad because it was like so strong.
Oh, it
So
makes
don't
me
forget your
happy, though.
sunscreen because
Oh
yeah,
yeah, no,
you
I'm
don't
a
want to
big
look like me.
sunscreen. I'm a sunscreen mom.
I don't have
Okay, yeah,
sunscreen,
that's
but
good.
I hope you have. But
Oh, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
so excited. I went to I've been shopping a lot lately.
Okay, that
Oh,
takes us to
Yeah, look
another
at my
question.
closet. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I was laughing so hard at her today. She comes in, she goes, okay, so I spent more money than I thought I was going to at Target. I'm like, who freaking doesn't? Like, everyone spends more than $100 every time they go to Target. Like, it's
Yeah.
Yep.
impossible.
But
for sure.
also I went to some what's the store?
Oh, Altered State.
Yeah, have you been there?
No, I haven't even
It's
heard of it. What's it?
it's like I don't know. It's cute clothes. Like I've never
Yeah.
heard of it before,
Yeah.
and I went there and I spent like $400,
Mm,
and I was
yeah.
like, for 4 things.
I was like, what are you doing?
I don't know, but that
I
comes to the
couldn't have the
next
money for that.
question. Like,
Yeah.
do you think your salary is enough for what you do?
Like, so this is the thing. In Miami, it is because as a girl, you get everything for free
Yeah.
here. Like, not the shopping part, but so I
No.
shopped a lot in the beginning, and then it was like, okay, shop, stop. I cannot shop anymore right now. So that's
Yeah.
where I'm kind of at right now. I cannot really hold myself from shopping, but I'm getting better because it's like I do not need more clothes, and I'm never gonna be able to get this like when I move somewhere else. But like, because here you never pay at a restaurant, you never pay at a nightclub. You barely pay for Ubers if it's like in a party related situation.
Mm.
So it's like your salary, it's enough. Like for me, it's enough. But the only thing I pay for is like Ubers, and if I have lunch, and yeah, clothes. So that's. But if it wasn't for like the free dinners, I would have been totally no. It would never
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
So can you remind me again why we live in Gainesville?
Yeah, I know. Can you remind me? I don't want to live here.
Okay, so because okay, I mean my salary, it depends. Like
You
Yeah.
like you save, and then you'll spend. You're like your mom. I
Yeah.
love your mom.
when my mom
Not as
spends
bad.
money on
Oh,
outside, but
that's
like
so cute.
No,
Her
but-
mom loves
shopping.
no, but what's the
Uled.
Uled. Her mom loves
Oh,
Yeah.
I
don't know
see.
why.
Yeah.
But
it.
like
Mom.
the
But
thing
that's
is,
just a mom thing, I think.
Yeah,
I think so
it
too.
is.
Yeah.
But it's like some months I'm like more at home, like more
Yeah.
doing things on the week and like maybe go for like dinner or brunch.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm fine. But like this time when I was like, I'm trying to book flights to Miami, we went shopping, I went on a weekend, like the
Mhm.
money goes fast
Yeah.
if you
It does.
travel
It goes
somewhere
really
for a
fast because
weekend.
everything is like so expensive.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes I'm fine with it and I'm maybe even saving. I don't know. I don't check my account enough. That's I think that's my problem.
You're like, I'm just gonna live in Fantasyland. I do that too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't
But
want
I
to
think no, I know, and I also tell like every time but I think that has to do like why I don't spend as much money is because I don't go for trips. because I don't feel
Yeah.
like I need to. If I
Yeah.
was gonna go for trips, I would have no money, like seriously. Like, because we're gonna go to the Bahamas, I think, in like a month or
That's so nice.
something. That would be like the first trip I pay for. So I think that might be the reason. So since I'm just like putting my money into like lunches, brunches, clothes, and Ubers, that's why I can like make it work. But if
Yeah.
yeah, I always tell my followers like I think you should save up some money before you go, so you can have like an
Yeah.
account. If you don't have to, like you don't have to. If you just want to like go leave, like get out of Sweden, like you could absolutely
Mhm.
100%. But could be good for you to have some saved money, I think, so you don't have to miss out on things. So you don't have to be
I
like, no, I can't come with you to that trip because I don't have any money, or like, because it's also boring to save your like au pair salary because there's not that much.
Yeah.
no.
No, I don't
So it
think
could
it's
be
worth
hard.
saving.
I
Yeah.
No,
agree on that. I'm like very much money comes, money goes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
it
trying.
does.
I'm like, that's what makes my like shopping feels better. I'm like, it's
Yeah,
gonna come back
just
someday.
temporary. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I think as well. And also I think it's really nice to have some buffer, like have some money from home.
Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
like it's not nice, to be honest, if you would stand there with like some money and be like, yeah, I really do not have the money.
Mhm.
No.
Like it's
Things can happen,
and
so
I
it's
all
better to have a little bit when
like
you
I
come.
got my wisdom tooth
Yeah.
pulled out
Yeah.
and I had to
Mm.
do that, and that cost $700.
Oh,
And
yeah.
but insurance kind of covered, but if it was because it was within my 45 first days, but otherwise I
Okay.
would have paid that. And it's like I needed to do that.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah, for
I
sure.
needed to take
Oh,
it out
wow.
because it was like infecting my throat.
Oh my
So like
God. Oh
I had no
no.
Yeah, it was like
choice.
the second
That's
week
like
younger.
the
It was
biggest.
wild.
Oh my God. It was like in the beginning.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I honestly I was very surprised of how positive I was.
Yeah, you
through it.
did so good.
I was
Like,
like,
it's
Mhm.
miserable,
this
so
feels pretty good. Like
yeah.
I
Yeah.
was good.
And also since it's like in the beginning, so you're not used to like living there, or like you didn't know each other like that good, and it was just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
okay, an emergency.
Oh yeah, she
Yeah,
had to
oh,
drive
that's
me
so
there,
sad.
and I threw up almost in the car on the way back.
She like
But that's
jumped
why
out
you're
of the
so close
car. Oh
now.
yeah, we've had some moments.
Oh,
But like,
but that's just
so
sweet.
that's in the case that it would be nice to have some money. Just like
Yeah.
you never know,
Yeah.
and
So you
also
don't have
as
to
you said,
worry.
yeah, you don't want to say no to things you want to go
No.
on just because you're like, I'm saving.
Yeah.
No, like what should you
Yeah.
save up for? You're not gonna be able to save up for anything like cool,
20s,
like
early 20s, you're good. Don't save. Just
no,
enjoy
don't save
life.
anything
You're good.
unless you make like a huge amount of money. It's like that's I
Exactly.
always tell my followers like that's a life advice I think I would give younger people. Don't try to save your money until you have like a real job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Just
think that's
enjoy your
good.
life.
I
Yeah,
feel like I've always so I'm 1 year older than you. So I
yeah,
worked for a year at Coop, a grocery
yeah,
store, and
yeah.
I was like, I saved money, but I saved them to go travel. So I traveled to
Mm.
Dubai, Spain,
Oh
and
wow, that's so cool.
Cyprus, and I went to America as well. So like I
Yeah.
saved,
Yeah,
spent them, saved, booked a trip, saved a
exactly.
trip.
Yeah.
Like I was still spending the money.
Yeah. Yeah, but
So
that
yeah,
was like the same as me. Like I've been working since I was like 13 at different jobs, and I was like saving my money, bought a bag, like
yeah,
$0 on my bank account. And then I did
Yeah.
it all over again, like year after year. Like that was all I've been doing. And yeah, and then so I never saved. Like I never had like the most I've ever had was like $5,000. That was just like that's it. I never, and then I
That's
have
pretty
friends who's
good
like,
for
oh, I
how
saved
young you
this
are.
much. Yeah, true. But they were like, "Oh, I saved up this for like this apartment." And I was like, "Oh my God, that would never been me. They're
We
more
have different
responsible."
life goals here.
yeah.
Yeah, I just
That's
want to have
I'm
funny.
with
fun.
you. I'm with you
Yeah,
on that. Money comes, money
yeah,
goes.
yeah, it
Okay,
does.
so last question. We're so
Hmm.
thankful for your time and that
Yeah.
you've been here with us. But
Yeah,
last
thank you so
question
much for having
is
me.
like, what is your motto in life that you kind of live by, if you have one?
Yeah, so I really think that everything happens for a reason. I believe in it like so much because it
Mhm.
just like have been proved like so many times to me that it's so true. Like that's why I'm trying to be so positive about everything nowadays because like, even if it's a bad thing, like, the outcome will be good. Like,
Mhm.
of course, there's some, like, things that I don't apply to, like, if someone get hurt and someone passes away, like, the more, like, serious stuff, like,
Yeah.
of course. But I mean, like, the more things that's more like easy. I think, I don't know. I didn't got into like the school I wanted to when I was going to like second upper secondary school. Like, yeah, the best thing that could have happened. Like, I know now. Like, I couldn't go
Mhm.
with culture care because I was like my criminal record. I had some like driving thing in there, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, my life is over because I didn't even know the other like operating existed. But it was like if I went through culture care, I wouldn't have found this family. I wouldn't be living here.
Yeah.
Like, so I really think everything happens for a reason, and yeah, so I think that just being positive and believe in faith, I think.
Yeah, I agree with
Yeah.
that. I think
Yeah.
that's a good way to look at things, and also
Yeah.
like calm yourself down when things like when you
Mm-hmm.
want to panic. Be like, okay, it's gonna work out. Like, I mean, I had
Yeah.
another family before you,
Mhm. Yeah.
and it ended up good.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so that's
It's just
very good
like, don't
advice.
worry. Yeah, like don't worry, don't overthink. Like everything will be good.
Yeah.
And like all the bad feelings you ever had, they're just temporary. They will go away. I don't even remember like anything terrible that ever happened in my life because it's just like it's how you decide to like see it. And
And
like
even
yeah.
like the really, really hard things, like you said, like when people do pass away, they are
Mm-hmm.
really, really hard, but like there's always lessons to learn from it.
Yeah,
And
of
like
course.
it brings you closer to other people. Like there's
Yeah,
always some silver lining. Like, I
100%.
Yeah,
mean,
Yeah,
I can say that. I'm only,
every
I
time.
only have 10 years on you guys, but even in those 10 years, like some shit has happened. And
Yeah.
like every time I'm like, there's gonna be a silver lining and it's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
okay.
And there always is, like always, always, always.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I love
I
that.
think that's a
So
great
that's
advice.
one for
I
sure.
love ending
Yeah.
on that. That's perfect.
Yeah, that's very good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time. It's so
Oh
fun to
wait,
meet
maybe
you.
Thank you.
What?
Oh,
I was going to say if you want to say what's your name on social media,
Oh yeah, how
so
can
they can
people
find
find you?
you.
oh.
Yes.
Okay, so my Instagram is just my name, so it's Hilma, and then I have a hard time pronouncing my last name in English. But it's Stille.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then TikTok's the same, but it's three L's instead of two L's in my last
Okay.
name. And then my Snapchat is the same, but two E's instead of three L's. I have to like change that because it's so
You
You're
can
confusing.
like,
you
But
I
can put
gotta
that in.
someone
rebrand.
took my real
We'll put
name on
it.
Snapchat on TikTok, and that's annoying.
I'll put it in the show notes so people can find you if you
Oh,
just want to
thank
go
you so
click.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so, so much.
Okay.
And thank you so much for
Awesome.
having me. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, we
It was so
enjoyed
much
it
fun.
too.
Okay, so should we all do our sign off together?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
1,
should.
2, 3.
Okay.
Hey
Hey
då!
do!
Okay.
Woo!
We need to see here.
Okay.
Oh,